Hello everybody, Iain Robson, welcome back to County Line. Alright, if you recall at the end of the last episode, we were doing a little bit of forage harvesting here. We're going to continue with that right now. As you can see, I got the mower started up here. I moved to the next stage because it was late in the day and it was becoming a problem with lighting and whatnot. So, we're going to go ahead and continue. I don't know where this forage harvester is going to go right now. I think it wants to go right where I am, if I had to guess. That is indeed what's going to happen here. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit too much action going on there. Let's grab the forage harvester. I don't know why it wants to go out there, but it's probably getting pushed by the the mower. Now, is he going to be able to make this turn? That's weird. Oh, no. It looked like he was doing circles there. He's just lining up. Okay, there we go. Sheesh. I was going to say. Alright, let's get this guy lined up once again here. On this. There we go. Let's grab this again. There we go. Jeez. Yeah, like I was saying the other day, there's actually Penta in Ontario. Where is this guy going? Why is he going outside here? We already did this one. There's nothing there, buddy. I don't know. There's nothing there. Why is that the next closest point? I don't know how that was the nearest point, but apparently it was in his mind. How about right here? Let's see what happens here. Yeah, we actually get Penta in Canada, because Penta is actually an Ontario brand, if memory serves. And as I was mentioning, there we go. That's what I was looking for. And there actually is a Penta mixer at one of our other locations, which is kind of neat. So, I think that's kind of a cool little addition to that. Now, of course, there's other mixers like JLore out there. From what I understand, they make a pretty good mixer too. They're also based in Ontario. They make a pretty good mixer as well. And they're also a dealer for, you know, X number of other people. I don't know how it all works, but I don't deal with, at work I don't really deal with the agricultural side of things a lot because I'm more in the lawn and garden side, but I do here, and I talk to the reps that come in often, so I try to, from playing this game, I know some of what's going on, but there's there's so much more than just what we see in this game. Like, you're just, you know, glazing the surface in this game for a lot of things. Like, you know, like how much weight does this need? Like, you know, for example, inside a mixer, they tend to have scales in them to see how much of things you're putting in. So like that's kind of, do you see that? Like, I guess when you're in the mixer, you see the scales of what's what. So I guess they have that in there, but it doesn't quite get, I don't believe in real life they give you, hey, here's how you get a perfect mix. Usually what happens is you'll have there'll be like a nutritionist or somebody who's going to tell you, for your dairy cows specifically, like, here's the mix you should be giving your cows right now, because that's how you're going to maximize your yield. In this case, it's milk in this context. So, well, that's neat. You can actually see the grass going up over right there. I don't know if you can see that. That's kind of neat. I never noticed that before. Yeah, the corners are always what gets the mixer, or gets the forage harvester, or I should say the tractor, the carting, what are we going to call it? I don't know. Anyways. But, yeah, I don't know. I've had coffee this morning, so I feel like I'm talking at 100 miles an hour in comparison to normal. Why is he doing circles again? Why can't you make that turn? Seriously. Maybe I should make the turning circle bigger. Maybe that will help. Because you, with all-wheel steer, you should be able to make that turn fairly easily. But maybe it's because he has all-wheel steer. That's why it's becoming an issue. Or depending where you are in the world, it's an issue. Anyways. So yeah, we put down the placeable last time. If you recall, we put down the, what was that thing called? It's like a silo that makes Hey, look at that, donuts. The silo that makes silage over at the dairy farm there. So that, of course, is in order to keep the ball rolling here. I suppose I really didn't need to buy this trailer per se, but it might be nice for some other things. Moving manure, for example, might be nice to do that. If I ever move manure. Sugar beets actually be pretty good with, to be honest with you. Yeah. But there's another trailer I wanted to get. So, alright, here we go. This is where it gets... This is where Courseplay would be able to do it, but it would have problems. Is when it starts doing these kind of turns. Because the speed at which I can make the turn is much faster than the speed Courseplay can make the turn. In most cases. So now... Where is it going to go to? It's going to lift it up. And then I believe it's going to go down here. So let's see if this guy can make the turn. So now that I changed the turning radius on that, it seems to be better. 7 was just a little bit too tight, so that's why I was going in circles. So sometimes, little tweaks like that can make a big difference. Also, someone pointed out the fact that if I had, let's see if I can do this here. If I had, let's get turned around here real quick. If I had selected a field number for the grass outline, I would have been able to generate a course from the nearest, or from the position of the vehicle, as opposed to just doing north-south. So like, let's see. So like if I had loaded, let's say, this right here, and then saved it as, oh, I can't save it anymore like that, and then saved it as a field number, I could have gone and done a better job of generating the course. So instead of it being like going like east-west, whatever it is, I could have gone like up and down like this. Probably would have been more efficient. But this isn't too bad, to be honest with you. So I could have done that, and I didn't know you could do that. Well, I didn't know you could. I don't know. It's been a while since I've tried to do something like that, but I know it's easy enough to do. But I just saved it as, I didn't save it as a field number, which you can do obviously. And by saving it as a field number, you're able to generate the course from your position. So good thing, good little tip. I forget who actually made that tip, but thank you very much once again for making that tip, because that was or leaving that tip, I should say, because that was really neat. And the cows got 3% grass and power food 3%. 81% health. Okay, well maybe I should feed my cows too. That's what you get for progressing time a little too quickly too. What's the ground temperature at? 9 degrees? What is it? Alt F? No, that's the weather. Where's it? Alt S? There it is. Still not warm enough for... Oh no, sunflower, soybeans, not quite corn. I can do sunflowers, but not soybeans or corn yet. So it's still a little on the... I can plant potatoes and sugar beets now. I can put... Actually, you can plant sugar beets super... Wow, that is super low. I didn't realize it was that low. Goodness gracious. One of the podcasts I was listening to the other day called Wheat Pete's Word from RealAgriculture.com. He was talking about frost planting winter wheat, which is kind of an interesting idea. Alright, he's going to hold off there while I go do this run here. Also, if you wonder what I just did there, so when I snap to the front like that, like this, that is done with the keyboard steering mod, if you're wondering. Alright, let's go take this down to... I guess we should probably give the cows this grass first. Yeah, I guess we should do that first. And then give them, then put it into the silo. Well, I could do half and half, I suppose. Maybe that's what we'll do. Coffee time. One moment. That's darn good coffee. Alright, it's weird because now that I only have coffee like twice a week, I look forward to having coffee quite a bit. And I feel like I enjoy it a lot more. It's bizarre. Because when you have it like every day, you still enjoy the cup, but it's not like you don't fully enjoy it because you have it every day. So, I don't know, I find I really enjoy it now. I still feel like I can drink like things like Maxwell House or whatever brands there would be, some the pre-ground coffee brands, let's say. I can drink that. Like the ones that come in the big, I guess you can call it a tub, but a big, not a jar, but box or whatever. The cheap kind, cheaper kinds, I should say. Not that they're bad, but I definitely notice a flavor difference. Excuse me. When I was at my friend's house, when we went to the Montreal Auto Show, he had a brand called Kicking Horse, which I believe is out of British Columbia, and they make a really nice coffee. And that was actually pre-ground, and it was actually pretty good. I was delightfully surprised by that, because it's not always good when it's pre-ground, but that actually was pretty decent. And we need some in the mixer as well. Goodness gracious, we just need grass everywhere right now. Alright, let's go with cows first. Then we'll circle around and drop some off in our placeable here. Now the problem, right, I'm just gonna go through this gates over here because driving straight through the barn's gonna give us some grief. I'm fairly certain of that. There we go. Let's open up those. Apparently, what will happen is when you drive your tractor around cows often, what will happen is they get used to it, and they're not as scared of it anymore. So you can just drive it right up to the cows apparently at some point, and then they just won't move because they're so used to the tractor. I didn't realize that, but apparently that happens over time. There we go. Now just give them 25,000, Iain. Don't get them all. They may not take all of it. I'm sure they will though. Oh no, hey, that's okay. I can live with that. So now they're topped up on grass, so they'll be happy about that. They need some more power food. What's their, how clean are they? Oh, they're 100% clean. Okay. So despite the fact that there's a big bunch of grass right over here, that doesn't affect their level of cleanliness. I really gotta work to say that word because I want to say cleanse every single time. Alright, let's put the rest in the vertical silo there. As I mentioned before, vertical silos, you don't see them very often actually. Well, you don't see them as often anymore because vertical silos, one of the bigger problems with that is gas and whatnot. It can become quite dangerous if you're not careful. What we'll do is we'll send this guy on his way too. Do a couple water runs. There we go. I don't know if I have it set up so I pay for water. I don't think that's the way it is. Because if you're out in the boonies like this, you probably have a well somewhere that you're pumping water from, or like a pond or something. I don't know. I'm not sure how that all worked, but something like that. All right, now this is that placeable silo that we put down not too long ago. I think it's pretty neat, and I didn't use this enough in the previous version of County Line, so that's why I'm like, I need to use this more. And you just dump your grass in there, or chaff I think it can do as well. What else can it do? There's grass, chaff, and I think there's something else too. Is it straw? No, it couldn't be straw. I think it was at the end here. Where was it here? I think there's one other thing you can do. Or put in, I should say. It doesn't even say. Oh no, that's not the right one anyways. Where is it here? Here we are. Grass, hay, and silage. No, well, it makes silage and slurry. 500,000 liters, that is a lot. So what's going to happen is, now that there's some in there, it's going to continually process that until there's no grass left, and then it's all silage in there, which is pretty neat, if you ask me. Alright, there we go. Let's head back to the main farm here. Drink some more coffee while we're at it. Now it's funny, with mirrorless action, what happens is I would pause normally right now and just drive there, but with this program I don't have that pausing feature, so It depends on what style you like. If you like seeing everything, then this recording software is better. Now, technically, I could go back and edit it later on, but I don't have the time to do that. Well, that's not true. I probably could make time to do that. I just don't like editing very much, to be honest with you. Some people love the process, not me. I don't love the process. For fishing videos, it's fun because then I go back and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember catching that fish there in that location. So what I kind of use my fishing channel for is I use it for, like, what would you call a fishing journal, I guess would be the best way to describe it. So it basically keeps track of where I caught the fish and what I was using, basically, and the weather conditions. Alright, so this is mid-spring. We're just cutting, like, doing like a very first cut, so we're not getting a whole lot of grass, but that's okay. We needed some to get the ball rolling at the very least, so there we go. I'll have to manually do that one outline because apparently, of course, well, I did that one, so of course, but I didn't realize it was there, sort of an idea. Alright. Let's go. It's gonna fire up now. Yeah, I suppose I could have named it a field number. What number would it could have been? What's the highest number? 33? Looks like it's the highest number, so I could have done like 34 or something like that for the field number, and then I could have generated a better course. But, it is what it is now. What I should do is I should get another tractor planting sugar beets, actually. Or, yeah, sugar beets. I was like, did I want sugar beets or potatoes? I don't remember. There we go. Yeah, I guess it was sugar beets because we have a sugar beet harvester, so I haven't really done much of that. I guess with the Ropa DLC coming out, was it March? It'll be interesting to see how that works. Some people are, it's funny because some people are like, it looks like the Homer stuff. Why would I want to buy some more of the Homer stuff? Other people are like, yeah, that's awesome. Let's get some Ropa in there, but I guess, I don't know. It depends on what your point of view is. And again, I think I mentioned this before, it depends on how often you plant that crop and whether you want some diversity or not. There seemed to be a good selection of mods available for sugar beets and potatoes, I believe, but they're never that great. I've discovered, like, there are some that have done a really good job, and those ones are fantastic and everyone wants them, but there's other ones that are kind of like, leave something to be desired, basically. So anyhow, there we go. So this is where having like track eye would be nice, because then you just look at the tractor instead of having to use your mouse. But I did sit in a pretty big tractor the other day. Well, if you follow me on Instagram, I took a picture of a giant, I think it was an 87 something 50 or 87 60, something like that, an older tractor from like the 80s, I think it was the 80s, 250 horsepower, and it's just a monster. It's articulated and everything. So I sat in it briefly when it was in the shop. So I asked one of the mechanics, I'm like, hey, do you mind if I go jump in that real quick? He's like, yeah, go for it. So I hopped into it and was like, hey, that's kind of neat. Super basic interior. Like, if you compare, like, this is like a rocket ship in comparison to that one. It was like, had the steering wheel, some gauges, lots of levers, I suppose. It had that for hydraulics and whatnot. But it was pretty basic. Probably should get the other guy from TMR. Haven't done that yet. Alright. Let's continue here. I don't know, some people prefer the exterior view like this. I like watching it like this, but I don't know, I like driving inside the cab too. So, and that's why for me, like, when a modded tractor has a poor interior, it kind of takes away from me for a little bit. I'm like, that's not now so much fun. But hey, that's the way it goes, right? So you gotta deal with what you got. Also, please leave a comment below to remind me to look at Ross's mod. I'll know what the heck you're talking about. But Ross left a comment the other day about one of the mods he modified. It's a John Deere 7800. Looks pretty solid actually, so. Oh, I went too fast, too far. There we go. Interesting little fact. One of the customers that comes in often at work, he actually has a class Jaguar. I remember asking him, I'm like, why'd you go for a class over a John Deere? Because he always comes into the John Deere deal, comes always into work, and you know, buys. I guess he has some tractors that are John Deere, but he really didn't like the Forage harvester. I don't know what. Well, I'm not sure what the latest Forage harvester is, but he didn't like the way, didn't like John Deere's style. Really? That's not. Oh, sure. Now you want to make the turn. He didn't like the way the I think it was like cutter knives were set up. So he went for a class. And I think the dealer for a class close to us is in Hamilton area, I think it is. So there aren't that many, but I guess the people who come and do the service and everything and parts and whatnot are pretty good. Like that guy, the guy who owns the Class Jaguar. First of all, if you own a Class Jaguar, you're doing all right. So he runs a pretty big operation. I think he does a lot of custom work as well. So that's why he's able to warrant having a Class Jaguar, which is a pretty slick forage harvester. I don't think I have one in. Do I have one? I don't think I have one in here. No, I don't have any Class. Dude, I haven't seen many of these actually either, in real life at least. Neither the New Holland or the Ross Mash I've never seen. I guess, yeah, I don't know. We don't have any forage harvesters at work either. Like, it's weird. At our location, because there's like multiple locations that are under the same umbrella of like our, I don't know, business, what do you want to call it? It's not my business, but the John Deere business. Franchises, I guess would be the way to think about it. Anyways, so our location deals a lot more, not so much in the agricultural side of things, but more on the, it does a lot of compact stuff and does a lot of some construction stuff. So like excavators, skid steers, wheel loaders, stuff like that. And a lot of lawn tractors, because like we're kind of close to Toronto a little bit. So a lot of people will come there for their garden related things. Garden tractors. Oh, of course. 99%. I'm gonna follow this guy around the turn here. Yeah, but it's kind of interesting. Oh, our mower's done. Sweet. It's gonna be like done. Watch this. There. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. So we'll see what happens this spring. Apparently, I keep getting told by more than one person is like, yeah, it's crazy in the spring. Like my boss was telling me the other day that, you know, you'll be finishing a deal with one person, another person will be standing in line waiting to, you know, to deal sort of thing. So I don't know. I kind of started right at the tail end, right where it got kind of slow there. So that's okay. It was easier to ease into the job that way. But in spring it'll be interesting. So I don't know. It'll slowly ramp up, I hope. Not just go from 0 to 100. So, anyhow. Let's make the left turn here. So we got 100,000 liters of silage. Wow. We fed the cows. They are topped up on grass now, which is excellent. And we also put some in the fermenter, and now we need to put some into the mixer. So we just have a little bit of silage now. Now, theoretically, you probably could do this with Courseplay. Let me think. Could you do this with Courseplay? Probably. But the problem you might run into is, like, let's say this course I'm driving right now. I'm not just driving it. It's not Courseplay. But if you were to have Courseplay do this, you might have. You could. I'm not sure if it would pick up the placeable point as a trigger or not. It might. It might not. It's hard to say. So what you could do instead is just put a waiting point there, and then it'll just stop there once, and then it'll get a little notification like down here saying, "Hey, you set your waiting point." So, and this goes in the mixer. There we go. Like so. Oh, you can put hay or grass. Oh, okay, that's good. This needs silage. I do like this trailer though. A, because it's Canadian, and B, that's the main reason why I like it. It's a good size trailer too, actually. Like, I saw this once at the farm show in Ottawa. Huge, absolutely monstrous. You don't realize when you're, like, you know, in the game, like, oh, it's a small trailer, because there's ones bigger. But in real life, it is a monster. An absolute monster. Alright, let's dump the rest in here. So we didn't even get like 100% capacity on the grass. This is, like, you know, just a low yield basically. Oh, here we go. And technically, if I had to jump around here, so let's just take a little hop around here. So that's how much grass we have in there, 41,000. This is how much slurry we have, and over here should show us how much silage we have. Oh, there you go. We have 5,000 liters of silage. Oh, it's digestate. Sorry, not slurry. Digestate. There you go. Using the Fabric script. It's kind of neat. Silage capacity is 50,000. We have 8% filled. Silage is 500,000. 1% filled. Ooh, that's only 200,000. System active. Activate silage. Silo setting. Manual start. No, I don't want to set the manual start. I just want it to run all the time. I don't know if it makes a difference or not, so we're just going to let it run all the time. Well, actually, I suppose it could. It could. Actually, I'm going to stop it there because I just realized the time. Anyways, folks, my name's Iain Robson. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Counterline. If you like what you saw, would you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Counterline. I'll catch you guys later.